What is going on, Atlanta Falcon fans? This your boy Antoine. Smitty Smith, Smitty Sports Machine. Y'all know how I get down, man. Y'all know how to do it. If y'all tuned in before, let's get into Matt Miller's second mock draft. That's what we're gonna do with this quick video, man. I want to give my quick thoughts on the route that Matt Miller took because, as I've been saying on the channel, and we know as Falcon fans and content creators, Falcons need help at the wide receiver position. Falcons need help at the cornerback position. Falcons still need help. Offensive line, defensive tackle, add a space eater. Second round is going to be critical for the Falcons. This could be one of the most important picks probably in the last 5 years because you got to remember they don't have a first round pick due to that James Pierce trade. And I would have made that trade every day, twice on Sunday. But at pick number 48, that's halfway through the first round, going into the second. So if they trade back, they could possibly get, more draft picks. But we don't really know exactly where they're going to land. So you have to, if somebody falls to you at 48, you got to take that chance, man. But at number 48, Matt Miller's mock is taking. He has the Falcons taking Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt University. And this is really a shocker to me because I get where he's coming from. And let's listen to what he had to say before I give a comment. Said with Kyle Pitts set to hit free agency, the Falcons could be looking for a new starting tight end. Stowers is a true F tight end and prospect with game very similar to Harry Fanning from last year's class. And if you remember Harry Fanning, he put up dynamic numbers with the Cleveland Browns last year under Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Reese. He actually, to me, pretty much kicked David Njoku out the door. Because when you have an athletic tight end such as a Harry Fanning, and Eli does put you in that frame of mind. Because the way I've been, looking at this film and watching him, he's 6'5", about 230. So he's a little bit smaller than Kyle Pitts, but he still has 4.5 speed, which is pretty good for a tight end. And if you watch him during the season, he's a vertical threat. He can, rip up the seams. He can just do what he needs to do, to get first down. And this is something that we were expecting from Kyle Pitts. And we did get to see it on the back half of 2025. But you bring in a rookie guy that comes in, rookie contract that can take over for a Kyle Pitts. And if he has a Harry Fanning type skill set, I think it's a home run for the Falcons. And I get why he's going, tight end here, because if you think about it, Stefanski loves his tight ends. We talked about David Njoku. We talked about Harry Fanning. You go back to his Minnesota days, Kyle Rudolph. So he's always, know how to use a dynamic tight end. And Eli Stowers is no different. But the only reason why I would not agree with this pick is because I feel the Falcons have more pressing needs. You can go probably get a David Njoku if he's released by the Browns and bring him in back under Kevin Stefanski again on a cheaper deal. And you look at other tight ends out there, man. Even Joshua Simon, who we signed to a futures contract. He did not get a chance last year. Yes, he's about 25, 26. But at the same time, he put up good numbers at South Carolina. And you look at Eli Stowers, he's a former quarterback as well. If you look at his college stats, he had a very solid season in 2025 with Vanderbilt. 62 catches, 769 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Year before that, 49 catches, 638 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 13 yards a catch. So he's one of those guys that can stretch the field, work the seams, and he does it very well. And you talk about a vertical threat. He can beat you at every level, short, intermediate, or vertical. So, look, the Falcons do have a need at tight end depending on what they do with Kyle Pitts. But honestly, I think the bidding war is going to get too high for Kyle Pitts. So I could understand why this works, but this is why I also understand why it don't work. Because one thing about it, if you have a pressing need on offense or defense, you better take care of that whatever first pick you get, no matter what round it is. So as I look at this tight end room with the Atlanta Falcons, Kyle Pitts, like I said, is a unrestricted free agent. Charlie Warner, they could cut him to save cap space. Quateriano Tegan Quateriano. He's another tight end that came over from Texas, played just a little bit this year. He's mainly a special teams guy. Felipe Franks, another special teams guy, who has been with the Falcons. I think four out of the last, or 5 out of the last 6 seasons. So he's been around for a while, but he's mainly a special teams guy. Former quarterback, athletic as well. But with all these guys possibly future in jeopardy with the Falcons, this is why I think he chose Eli Stowers for the Atlanta Falcons. And honestly, I don't have a problem with it, but I just think they have more pressing needs due to Falcons. So, Eli Stowers from the Vanderbilt University. Do you agree with Matt Miller on his mock draft 2.0 about the Falcons taking a tight end at number 48? Let me know what y'all think. Drop them comments in the comment box, man, and let me know. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.